You survived Kong's fart. What? I never thought I would say this, but today's video we're reacting to a video of analyzing Kong's fart. Nah, bro, we gotta watch it. Let's go. Bro, okay, we starting off immediately with a fart. I wanna see.
You clicked on this video for the same reason we decided to study this topic.
Oh my, imagine studying this whole thing.
In this episode, we'll demonstrate what it feels like to stand near the receiving end of
Yo,
what could possibly
get
be
this.
the smelliest, most detestable, and lethal butthole in history. And figure out whether or not you'll survive if standing close with this fella lets out a big
Bro,
one.
I wish they did that with
By the end of this
Godzilla.
episode, you will probably just prefer Kong to give you the same treatment Colonel Packard got.
Exactly, bro. Imagine
Why
getting
Kong,
farted
though?
on.
Because Goji Center likes picking on Kong.
Exactly,
it's
legend, bro.
actually because
I love
he
Goji
happens to be a
Center.
Titan that we can actually study relatively accurately. If you've been following us for some time now, you'll know we try our best to test our science to get you the most accurate
Ooh, they
metrics
give us, like,
possible.
in-depth-
And it just so happens that
Bro.
Kong has a similar biology to
No,
the most
man.
rigorously studied and disgusting creatures across history.
Disgusting?
Homo sapiens. That's
Oh.
right, scientists have delved deep into farts, so much so that it has its own field of study, flatology.
Whoa, what am I watching,
analyzing the
bro?
abominable gaseous product that shoots out of your ass from every angle possible. Since Kong has a similar biology to these disgusting primates, humans make a good reference from which we can scale up to Kong. Additionally, because farts are a byproduct of digestion, which requires eating solid food, the act of farting is actually something Kong could actually do.
I think
So,
he does,
grab
right?
a gas mask,
100% when I was
because
fighting
today
him,
we'll
this guy
discuss
was
3 ways
farting
Kong's
left
fart
and
could
right.
hurt you, and see if those methods
3
would go as far
ways?
as sending you in a
What's
coffin.
wrong with this guy's
In
fart?
this scenario, we have our Monarch scientist who happens to be unlucky to be standing
Bruh,
near
get
Kong's
this.
ass. And let's pause here and see what just happened. About how much gas are we talking here?
Oh
Research
my.
shows that the average human fart, a big one that is, has a volume between 0.05
Bro, what am I
and 1
watching?
liters of gas. Here's the atomic breakdown for you. All in all, we are talking about 16 milligrams of gas.
I never
Now
thought
let's
I'd be
scale these
watching
numbers
Kong's
up
fart
using the square
breakdown.
cube law and using adjusted numbers between humans and gorillas. Because of matching body types, we find that Kong could eject a gaseous omission that weighs in at nearly 5 kilograms of
5
pure
kilograms
gas.
of pure fart
That's
is
not a
crazy,
lot
bro.
of
That
fart
is as
juice,
big as like a
Goji.
human.
Unless you're not a flatologist, that may not sound like a lot, but consider just how much space that amount of gas is going to take up. If gathered up in a container under neutral pressure, a single Kong fart could fill 8,000 gallons, or 1,000 cubic feet in a pure concentration.
Look
and
at this
take up a
monkey
lot
farting.
more
Yo, why
space
is his
once the
fart so
gases are
green,
shot out
though?
of the poop chute.
Ew.
Considering that your typical burst of breaking wind travels at roughly 7 meters per second, within just a few moments, anybody within about 35 meters or 115 feet of the big monkey is about to have a very, very bad time. Bringing us to method number 1, poisoning.
Oh, his
Wanna know
fart can
something
kill
crazy
people.
about
Nah,
human
that is
breathing?
crazy.
Inhaling and exhaling is basically your body's cells fighting a constant battle against poisonous carbon
Oh, what?
dioxide. We humans like to breathe in about 21% of oxygen when we inhale. That burning sensation you feel when you hold your breath is basically your body starting to feel poisonous buildup that needs to be ejected and replaced with oxygen.
I never knew
In this
this.
scenario, the protector of humanity with the not-so-benevolent sphincter just blew almost all the oxygen available.
Okay,
and
why does
replaced
Kong
it with
keep
just about
bending
the last
down,
thing
bro?
you want to breathe. The problem here is the carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide found in this fart. Anyone within 20 meters of this blast zone is at a huge risk of fatal CO2 poisoning, especially given carbon dioxide is heavier.
Yeah, imagine
than the
you're
air
like, yo,
around it.
how'd you
Meaning that
die?
if you
Kong
were standing
farted
at
on
foot
me.
level, all the carbon dioxide would fall on you, pushing away all other gases and drowning you in an invisible cloud you couldn't see the extent of. Heavy amounts of carbon dioxide can settle in the lungs, causing near-instant nerve damage.
Oh.
Unconsciousness can happen almost instantly, with respiratory arrest happening
Nah,
within a
what
minute. In other words, any unfortunate dude underneath this Kong-sized fart would get knocked down before they even realized what happened. Without fresh air or medical assistance, death can come within minutes due to the brain starving from oxygen. This is the lesser of the two evils here. Hydrogen sulfide
What?
is
This isn't even
worse.
the worst?
You may have noticed that we haven't covered the smell yet. Despite the fact that this stuff only makes 1% of farts, this gas is what gives it all the rancid stink. Its concentration is around 1 part per 1,000,000 molecules, but it can be
that a
increased
lot?
with certain factors. Scientists that study farts have documented hydrogen sulfide levels that can go off the charts at even 300 parts per million. Kong, with his big, robust body made of very
Look at this guy
dense
scratching
tissue,
his
is
butt,
also
man.
going to have tough internal organs, meaning that they will be insulated and very, very hot. This is the perfect environment to create gut bacteria to make hydrogen sulfide with the right fuel.
We're getting a
And speaking
full-on
of
science
fuels,
lesson
diet
on
can
Kong's
factor
fart.
a
That is
lot.
crazy.
Herbivores
Biology teachers
do
couldn't
fart,
even do
that's
this,
true,
man.
But the title of the most toxic fart will go to carnivores and omnivores, whose diet is much higher in sulfur.
Isn't
prompting
Kong
the
an
guts to
omnivore?
produce
He eats
even more
everything.
hydrogen sulfide than normal. And let's take a look at what Kong has been snacking on. How bad could it be? It's not like he's shown a preference for high sulfur foods like seafood and... oh dear.
Oh,
Well, as
this
if we
guy's
needed
fart is
more
gonna
fuel
be
to the fire
deadly,
here.
bro.
The big
Deadly.
chowing down on the green good warbat might make things even worse for anyone in the fart blast zone. Body tissues with an exceeding amount of sulfur can often wind up turning the blood green. This
Oh
can
my,
even
he's
happen
literally
in
going to
humans
be
with a
pooping
condition
green,
called
bro.
self-hemoglobin. So, snacking on a warbat will turn this into a Kong fart on steroids situation. At 100 parts per million, this gas can cause uncontrollable
fart on
coughing,
steroids,
eye
bro.
irritation, dizziness, and lead to passing out. Add some warbat juice into the mix, and we have 500 ppm, where victims drop
That
to
sounds
the ground
scary.
in spasm, experience temporary blindness, and
Temporary
suffocation
blindness
within
from a
minute.
fart?
700 ppm or more, instantaneous knockout with brain damage happening soon after.
Oh my,
With
imagine
this
literally
one,
Kong
you'll at
farts, you
least
look at it
only
and
have
you're
to
dead, bro.
smell this crap once. The only safe place from these fumes would be standing higher up. These two gases are heavy, so Gia, for instance, would be completely safe atop
Whoa.
Kong's palm or on his shoulder. Down here, though, this kinda sucks for our test dummy.
Imagine Kong kills
Oh,
Gia
by
by
the way,
farting
this
on
was
her.
one of those silent killer farts. Yeah, you may have noticed
What?
that this previous fart didn't even make a sound. The next one will.
Oh
Method number
my,
2,
rattling.
the rattling. That's the hard rattling your body is going to suffer if standing at close proximity to the big ape's butthole. Now, let's ignore for a moment that
Yo,
the even
first of
higher
all, why are you
concentration
standing
of
in the
gases
big ape's
will knock you
butthole,
out in
bro?
seconds.
What are you trying to
Let's
do?
focus on the sound. But first, we're going to delve into what makes a fart sound like a fart. More
Bro.
specifically, that iconic ripping sound produced by the anus as gases are being pushed outwards
Oh, Gorgie Sanders.
from
Wow,
the sphincter.
bro, what is he
The mechanics
talking
of this
about?
are simple. If you buzz your lips, you'll more or less make a fart sound. The tighter your ass muscles were at the time of farting, the louder.
Now that's it, bro. That's it. I ain't watching this video. What are we watching, man? Nah, man. Kong, if Kong basically farts on you, you're dead, man. But anyways, that's gonna be the end of this video. I don't think I'll ever watch a video like this, but I hope you guys like it. If you did, peace.